Hey there, Star Wars fans, and welcome to In the Resistance HQ podcast, a weekly family-friendly Star Wars podcast.
In today's episode, we're reviewing the third episode of Season 2 of The Mandalorian, and we are continuing our series where we do analytical breakdowns of every Star Wars film in release order, continuing with Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
But before we start, I would just like to remind you guys to subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening to us on. It really helps us. And check out our Instagram at In the Resistance HQ. Also, don't forget to visit my YouTube channel, Astromet Productions.
So let's get straight into the Mandalorian review.
Guys, so just before we get into this review, I would like to remind you that this is a spoiler review, a full spoiler review. If you haven't seen the episode yet, I'm going to put some timestamps in the description and you can skip forward to our analytical breakdown. But this is your last warning. This is a spoiler review. So let's just go back to the moment you finished watching the heiress. Heiress?
Oh, I thought it was airless when I saw it.
How do you say it? It's the heir, so it's the heiress.
The heiress.
The heiress. That sounds really weird. So you've just...
Was the S for female?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's female heir. Because... So you go back to the moment where you finished watching the episode. What was your reaction? Go.
I can't actually remember much from the episode. I saw it. I don't know why, but I remember as soon as I saw the Mandalorian armor, when Bo-Katan came along and all of the special patterns that she has, I was so excited for
Yeah. So I mean, I was still at the end. I was still kind of going like, they just bring Ahsoka into.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What are your looking back now? What are your thoughts? Is it still same as your initial reaction, or?
I haven't really. I watched it not that long ago, so it's still kind of my initial thoughts. I haven't really reflected on it much.
I finished watching it about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm still.
And it was such an eventful episode.
Stoked for the next episode, dude. So happy. I still can't believe they did it.
And Baby Yoda's looking at those eggs.
I swear, at the end, with like the little the baby, he's got that kind of fairly sizable baby in the bowl.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely thought Baby Yoda was going to eat it. I thought he was going to chuck it down his gullet, and then Mando would walk in, and those two Fog people would like attack him. Because Fog Lady doesn't know that Baby Yoda ate the eggs.
No.
I thought they would literally kill him.
How many does he eat? Like 5?
He ate like 10 of them. He ate so many. He's sitting there stacking on eggs.
Those are like his only source of food.
I still find a Baby Yoda stack on eggs a bit weird. I'm not against it. I'm just like, why is Baby Yoda eating frog eggs?
It's just like eating caviar.
I don't imagine frog eggs would be that nice.
Mm.
You got some very weird dietary habits, Baby Yoda.
Well, he is a different species.
I know. He likes frogs. He likes anything because he ate that frog on Navarro.
Frogs aren't that weird though.
On that planet with he's eating them raw, Joe. On the planet with like the kid, you know, in the the sanctuary, he ate the frog and then spat it out, and now he's eating frog eggs. Like, what is it with Baby Yoda and frogs? Like, come on, dude, stop eating the frogs. I like frogs; they're cute.
Yeah.
But apart from the poisonous ones, don't eat the poisonous ones.
Yeah, they're especially.
To be honest, I can't blame them though, because apparently frogs taste like chicken.
Yeah.
Like you know in France when you get those like frogs, they taste like chicken.
What does Baby Yoda taste like though?
Why are we now discussing what frogs taste like?
I don't know. Wait, but when...
Welcome to the podcast, people, where we discuss what frogs taste like. It's Star Wars, but who cares? What if Star Wars frogs taste different?
Star Wars... Oh.
Star Wars frogs.
Space frogs.
Space frogs! Like space horses. What if
Sounds like a game. Like an arcade game.
Yeah. Or what if you can eat space horses? They actually look kind of tasty.
Well, those ones in The Last Jedi.
In The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, those ones.
Space horses, yeah.
Yeah, just to fill plot holes.
How was that to fill a plot hole?
Because they're just like running around on the ship. It's just so stupid.
Exactly, that's why it's so good. You got space horses on a Star Destroyer with starfighters running around. What could be more Star Wars than that?
Not that.
The most stupid thing that's ever been in the Star Wars universe, which is why it's so bloomin' brilliant. I love it. It's great. Right, let's get off the Rise of Skywalker and back to the Mandalorian before Joe bursts a vein or something.
Okay, so when Baby Yoda was hit into that cage with that monster, and then the Mando dives in,
I was genuinely scared for Baby Yoda then.
yeah.
I was
But it just closes at the last second.
But like, 'cause I remember thinking, it was like, because the Quan came over in the bar, and I was like, oh god, not another Quan. You never trust the Quan, Mandalorian.
No,
Never
I hate the
trust
Quan.
the Quan. And then he
Only
took on the
trust
boat, and he
them on
seemed kind of nice, and I was
calamari.
like, okay, maybe do trust this Quan. And then he kicked Baby Yoda in a monster. And I'm
So
like,
the
you
Mon Cala.
never. We should get that on merch. If we ever get a merch, we're getting merch that says "Don't trust the Quan." I'm writing that down right now. I've got a pad here, and I've merch ideas. Don't trust the Quan. That was my phone. I'm sorry about that.
I never trusted the Quan since that episode in the Clone Wars.
Yes.
That arc.
Never trust the Quan. Like, ever. Quan are just... I don't like Quan.
No.
Merch idea. T-shirt. Never trust the Quan. I've literally just written that down.
What I never got about the Clone Wars is that why planets would actually align with the Separatists.
Because they like them. Because they're
How-
weird people.
Remember in that slavery arc where it's Ahsoka's people and then they just keep them as slaves.
To be honest, though, the Separatists have a point. The Confederacy, not like the army stuff, the Confederacy has a point. They wanted to get away from the Republic because they thought the Republic was corrupt and ineffective. The Republic was famous for being corrupt and ineffective. The Separatists had a very good point.
Yeah, but then it's just led by Count Dooku. And then, but they
it's
don't
led
know.
by a Sith Lord. It's got a good point, but it's led by a Sith Lord.
But I guess they don't know that they're literally taking slaves and then killing them.
Yeah. And I think that's not really the kind of thing Count Dooku would tell you.
No.
But in fact, I think that's a video idea I actually had for my channel. Separatists had a point. If you haven't subscribed, go and subscribe. Ashton Productions. So what were your let's say top 3 moments from the episode?
Oh, at the end when they're shooting down and they're about to crash, and then they have to think quickly, and Mando just goes and gets hit.
Yeah,
like
that
20
was so
times.
sick. He just literally 20 times. You're optimistic. He literally just he's like, and you could see it. You could see it in his helmet. He's like, because there was a scene before, and they were kind of getting shot at, and they were hiding behind. I'm like, Mando has bulletproof armor.
Yeah,
why is he hiding? And then he goes out of that scene, and it's just, Mando's just like.
Well, I guess he still does feel the impact, though.
I know. That was so sick.
Yeah.
What were other 2 favorite moments?
Well, Ahsoka was referenced. Of course.
I still can't believe it.
Yeah, and also when Bo-Katan comes at the beginning.
So I was home alone at that point, and literally I was shouting my head off. Literally, so I watched it like an hour and 3/4 ago. My throat still really hurts from shouting my head off at that moment. So were there any? So obviously for that produced an audible reaction. Were there any moments for you that produced audible reactions?
When Baby Yoda was hit into the
yes,
monsters. I don't even know what it was, but I was so scared.
Mama Ball, something like that. Obviously Bo-Katan produced an audible reaction.
Yeah.
I think when they mentioned Ahsoka, that didn't produce an audible reaction, mainly because I was sitting there with my mouth open, trying to comprehend what she just said. I was literally just go.
I wasn't really surprised, but I was just happy.
I was surprised that they just dropped it like that.
Because when it was like,
thought it might have slightly more build up. There was a Jedi on this moon, and we didn't think Bo-Katan would just casually say, "Oh yeah, Ahsoka, whatever."
She's not really
we've been building this up for ages, and then she just name drops it like that. And I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Well, to her, she's not really that special though.
Yeah, but to us and to the guys who wrote the thing.
I just don't really like Bo-Katan in live action that much. I think she's much better in the Clone Wars, though.
In her armor, she looks totally sick, but it's the hair.
She just
The
looks.
hair and
No,
the
I
head,
think the hair is fine. She just looks off though. She doesn't look. She doesn't look like Bo-Katan.
the face doesn't bother me that much. I think maybe it needs to be if it was. I think also it has to do with the Clone Wars animation style, where the face is drawn quite thin and the eyes quite big and quite angular. But the hair is way too dark. The hair's way too
Yeah.
dark and way too bushy.
I guess it is like what 30 years late, 20, 30 years later, whatever. But like,
And after the Clone Wars, it's about 25 years after that. But I think if they made the hair a brighter orange and made it less bushy, and there was just something about the headdress that was slightly off. I think it looked just slightly too plasticky almost.
mhm,
I think if they changed those things, then she would have looked a lot better.
yeah.
But in her armor, she looked so sick.
When they took their helmets off, and Amanda was just like, "What are you doing?"
I was really. There was a part of me though that wanted Satine to go. Mando was like, "You're not Mandalorian. Where did you get that from?" And Bo-Katan to be like, "Okay, let's run through the options. I'm the sister of the ex-ruler of Mandalore, Duchess Satine Kryze. I was a member of Death Watch, who were Mandalorian extremists. I was ruler of Mandalore for a bit. I had the dark saber, and I've been leading Mandalorian resistance for the past ever since the Purge. What have you been doing, Mando? Eh?" I really wanted to just list off all this stuff, and Mando just kind of sit there going,
Yeah, fair enough.
"Okay," like in in that scene in Avengers where Tony and Steve are having an argument. And Steve's like, "Take off that suit, what are you?" And Tony's like, "Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist."
Even
Just
Black Widow is just like,
but actually just like, "Yeah, fair enough." And Cap just kind of looking there like, "Okay." I really wish Bo-Katan had done that. One thing I found really interesting, Bo says he's a like a descendant of the Watch.
was she saying the Death Watch
Yes.
reference? But she
And
was also
'cause
in Death Watch.
Mando's creed is descended from Death Watch. We know that because it was Death Watch who protected him when the Separatists were there. And she kind of slays on Death Watch. And, because she would still have been part of Death Watch, I think, when they took Din Djarin as a kid to be a foundling. So, yeah, no, I was really surprised that she didn't make any reference to the fact that she was in Death Watch and just completely like abuse them. I thought she would have been, because she was super evil. Literally, in like until Darth Maul became leader of Death Watch, she was super evil. Like
she saved Obi-Wan.
Yes, but that was after Maul took control of Death Watch.
Oh yeah.
That was when she split. Like she wanted to overthrow her own sister and make Mandalore super violent. There was a scene where they're burning an entire village to the ground and killing tons of people, and she's just standing there laughing her head off. She was like an absolute psycho. And now she's just a bit. People are like, yeah, whatever. But she was a legitimate psychopath, and now she's like really nice. I'm like, what did she have a crush on previously, and then when he got killed she was annoyed? I wish that would have been explained more. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about what you were saying.
Yeah. I've never seen you that deep in thought before. Admittedly, I've never seen you deep in thought or in thought at all, but and
also because Maul killed Satine.
Oh yeah, that was probably it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Were there any bits that you didn't like particularly?
Not really. It was just it was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
At the beginning when Mando's trying to make this massive landing and then it just falls into the sea.
Just falls into the sea. Ow.
Yeah. From start to beginning.
I love how that Mon Calamari fixed up his ship and then decided to
oh my
fishing
God.
boat. And I was like, what the hell happened here?
What did he say? He said something.
And
He
it's
said
like
something.
Mon
It made me
Calamari.
laugh.
Ugh. I love that bit in the on the
Like
the
ridiculous.
Gazanti cruiser, and the officer was like really proud. He's like, I've trapped them in the cargo control. Control bit, and he sounds like really proud of himself. And then those two drivers exchange a glass, and then you just suddenly see the door
Yeah.
open, and he just flies out, and you're like, okay.
You trapped him in the what?
Oh, he's stupid. I never realised how big the Gazanti cruisers were. They're enormous. I thought they were like way smaller.
And we only really saw them before in the show.
In
Like,
Rebels and
Rebels, yeah.
Squadrons. But I just thought they'd have been way smaller.
Mm,
So, they were cool.
yeah.
I like them. Well, I didn't really spot many Easter eggs, apart from obviously...
Sabine?
Yes, but we don't know that it's Sabine yet. Apart from like the obvious ones. In fact, she talks about the Darksaber.
Yeah. Well,
That was cool.
yeah.
So that obviously shows that. Well, she seems to not be entirely sure if Moff Gideon lost it. A lot of Moff Gideon has it. Suggesting that she didn't lose it directly to Moff Gideon. She lost
But she
it to
kind
someone
of got her
who lost it to
answer
Moff
from
Gideon.
that guy, though.
Yeah, but she was fairly sure Moff Gideon had it, but she didn't know for sure.
Mm.
Now, if she lost the Darksaber directly to him, and he'd won it in a duel, she would know that he had it. Which
Like,
suggests
we
to
just
me,
don't know how she lost it.
which suggests to me either she lost it to someone who lost it to him, or got stolen. Well, this was cool. I think just having the Mon Calamari and treacherous Quan. Hashtag don't trust. Hashtag never trust the Quan. That's our phrase for this week. I'm putting that. I'm starting that on Instagram. Hashtag never trust a Quan. That's gonna be the new Star Wars Instagram trend. Hashtag never trust a Quan. But we'll put that in every single one of our videos.
What a planet is that?
Every single Instagram post, every single podcast description, every single one of my YouTube videos. Hashtag never trust a Quan. We're getting this going.
Well, you know, Frog Lady. She said she needs to go to that planet where her it's the only planet where her species can live, like the only inhabitable planet.
Yeah.
But she's seemed to be doing fine on Tatooine, which is pretty much the exact opposite.
I think it's where they can live like
long term.
Because you can't. They were like a water dwelling species, and like Mon Calamari can live out of the water, but you can't. They would never have a civilization on Tatooine.
Yeah.
Die. You know. So, yeah, I liked Fog Lady. Fog Lady was cool.
She got like 10 of her eggs stolen.
You know who she was voiced by?
No.
Captain Rex. And
No
Fives way. And Commander Cody. And
that one voice actor who
D. Bradley
voice
Baker.
acted like 5 million.
D. Bradley Baker, yeah. She's voice acted by D. Bradley Baker.
Yeah.
D. Bradley Baker. There's like everyone else would like the Clone Wars room, just like reading their kind of lines every like. I don't know, they've got 5 lines and there's like 5 or 10 lines and there's their line. And D. Bradley Baker just doing like 20 different parts at once.
He's such a good voice actor. He's got so many clones that he has to do. And they all have the same voice.
All the clones sound the exact same.
But he makes them...
He makes them different, yeah.
Slightly different, depending on their personality.
But he's also voiced quite a lot of other characters in Star Wars, I think. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know the main officer on the Imperial Gazette Cruiser?
Yeah.
Did you recognise him? I can't remember where I recognised him from.
No.
Let me look it up. Oh, also, we were just discussing this before the show.
We discussioned it.
You discussioned it, yes. That's the new way it's said. Who was the guy that we recognised? So this is one of the Death Watch troopers.
Death Watch troopers. One of Bo-Katan's
one of Death Watch's. She
wasn't Death Watch at that time.
No, so one of Bo-Katan's people. She what was I gonna say?
Evil Hydra guy.
Yes. So one of our dudes, we were both watching it. I was like, I recognise that dude, and I couldn't work out where it's from. And then we looked at it afterwards, and it is what's he called? Suno Bakshi from
Yeah,
Marvel's
Bakshi.
Agents of Shield, which is super cool. For those of you that have watched it,
He got disintegrated by Simmons.
did he?
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah, when Ward mind controlled him, and then Simmons kills them.
Oh, hoya, ha ha, ho, ha ha. Okay, wait a sec.
Yeah.
You know the main Imperial pilot that I was talking about? He is also in Agents of Shield.
Is he?
Yes,
Who is
he is Agent Blake in like season 2 or something.
I don't remember season 2.
Yes, no, he's
Blake.
yeah, Felix Blake.
Felix Blake.
I'll put a picture of him on the show notes. That's so cool. What is it? This episode just like sponsored by Agents of Shield. There he is. Next to Victoria Hand, played by Titus Welliver. Titus Welliver.
Oh.
Yeah, recognise him.
Yeah.
Is it what? There's so many. So many.
I don't know how you recognise him.
I recognise his face, and I was like, I can't work it out. And then so I went on IMDb. Looked at the
I swear that's season 1.
What is that photo?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, this shows just like Agents of Shield glory. If for anyone listening,
they're both Disney.
If you haven't watched Agents of Shield yet, go and watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's an amazing show. Isn't that right, Joe?
Yes.
So good. So it's so addictive.
Season 7's out in the UK now as well.
So excited for season 7. Oh my god, dude. So now we're getting on to the interesting bit. What are your expectations and theories for future episodes?
Well, it's just going to be the quest to find Ahsoka now, isn't it? And then I don't know what they're going to do when he finds Ahsoka. Get him. I don't know how Ahsoka's going to know where Baby Yoda is supposed to be.
I've said this from the start, and I still maintain it. I don't think Ahsoka will be in the season, and if she is, I think she'll be in it for about 30 seconds.
I think she definitely will be in this season.
I think because it's so far into the season now, we won't get her until about halfway through through episode 4. That gives us then 3.5 episodes to get Ahsoka, which is just not enough. You're introducing a major character like Ahsoka, you need a whole season to explain with her. You can't squidge everything into 3.5 episodes. It will just leave so much unanswered. You need the full season. So I think next episode, I think he's going to go to Tatooine or something. In fact, no, next episode, I think Boba Fett's going to track him down. And we're going to get Boba Fett.
I forgot about Boba Fett.
Yeah,
He's just...
I know. Then I think next episode, I think he's gonna try and get to the planet, but something's gonna happen, or he'll need money or fuel or something, and I'll go back to Tatooine, find Cobb Vanth, and we're gonna get something with Boba Fett. Then the next episode, I think, will be a quote unquote filler episode. Then I think he's gonna leading on from that filler episode, I think he's going to run into Sabine. And I think Sabine... Oh, in fact, no. Next episode, he's going to go to...
You already thought this through, didn't you?
It's kind of coming to me on the spot. He's going to go to the planet where Ahsoka's supposed to be. Ahsoka's not going to be there. Sabine will also be on the planet, but she won't reveal herself to Mando. Mando's then going to need... something will happen on that planet, and then Mando will need work or place to hide. He's going to go back to Mos Pelgo because on Tatooine there were those people who wanted Baby Yoda, right? So
yeah.
I think people are still hunting for Baby Yoda. I think episode 4 he's going to go to this planet. He's going to encounter Moff Gideon. Sabine will see Sabine in the background. I think he's then going to go back to Tatooine in the next episode, try and hide out with Cobb Vanth in Mos Pelgo. So we're going to get more of Cobb Vanth, and he's going to run into Boba Fett there. I think then maybe at the end of that episode or the next episode... Oh no, because he's got to go back to Navarro, hasn't he? I'm trying to fit. No, next episode he's going to go back to Navarro and find Cara Dune and Grief Karga, because I think he'll want them to help him on his mission. Then we're going to have that episode on Navarro with the Imperial base, and he's going to run into Moff Gideon or something. Then I think they might go back to Mos Pelgo and try and hide with what's his name, Cobb Vanth, and Boba Fett's going to find them. Then they're going to go and try to go to the planet that Ahsoka's supposed to be on. But something's going to happen on the way there. They want to Moff Gideon or something. Then they're going to meet Sabine. And the last 2 episodes will be them helping Sabine with something, and then them trying to track down Ahsoka for the last episode. And then at the end of the last episode, I think we're going to see like Ahsoka, like we got with the Darksaber, Ahsoka turning around and walking towards them. Then it cuts. That's the end of season 2. Get ready for season 3. Boom.
Personally, I think they're just gonna leave Boba Fett for whatever they're gonna do with him in like a new series or whatever. That's just gonna let us know that he's still alive. I think nothing is gonna happen. To be honest,
I think I want to get more of Boba Fett and Cobb Vanth in this season.
I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna get it, to be honest.
But I still stand by that plan. I think that's what's gonna happen. I've got it all figured out.
I'm gonna pretend like I remember what you said.
That was me. That was me just kind of brainstorming in the moment. Like, what are we gonna hear? What are we gonna get? Just kind of adding bits. Because I've forgotten about bits in the trailers. So yeah, that's my plan for Mandalorian season 2. Next episode, Grief and Cara.
Next episode debunks Patrick's whole theory.
We're gonna start next episode and we're gonna end it and I'll be like, well, I guess my plan. Next episode, Grief and Karga. They do something on Navarro. Moff Gideon finds out. Moff Gideon's trying to track them. They go back to Tatooine, do something, and they meet, encounter Boba Fett. That's episode 4 and 5. Then we get like a quote unquote filler episode. Then
we go through this again.
Then they go back to the planet where Ahsoka's supposed to be. Sabine confronts them and is like, "Yo, I'm Sabine. What's up?" Exactly like that. And then so because Ahsoka's not there, and then they do something with Sabine, and then last episode they track down, finding where Ahsoka is. Last 30 seconds, Ahsoka turning around, walking towards them, cuts, roll the credits, end of season 2, getting season 3 in like a year's time. Boom, I figured it out. Bleh. You're welcome, folks. Okay, guys, so this is just a little note from me now. Turns out we actually made a mistake, and that Sasha Banks' character was in this episode as Koska Reeves, one of Bo-Katan's not Death Watch troopers, but one of her troopers. So basically anything I said about Sabine is probably wrong. I've tried to edit out as much as I can, but there's obviously still some in there. So just ignore where I said anything about Sabine, because Sasha Banks is in this episode as Koska Reeves. She was absolutely brilliant in it. It was a really good character, really nice addition. So yeah, I made a mistake. That's our bad. But yeah, sorry about that. And we'll just move on to the next section now. So, should we move on to our next section now?
Yes.
Star Wars.
Well, no, I was about to say something.
I'm sure it was very interesting.
It is very interesting.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
So he says, "Great work," but in episode 3, she didn't really do anything. She was just staring at the camera. I can't really remember what happened. She's in like 1 second of the shot. So that basically means that she's definitely going to be in other episodes.
I mean, Jordan Soto wouldn't necessarily know that, because he's probably not going to be in Star Wars anymore. I mean, he'll do the odd bits and ends, but that little kind of done with it now, aren't they? Because Skywalker Saga is finished. It's just kind of dawning on you that we're never going to see Chewie again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe correct myself. We're going to see Chewie again in something. He's going to be in a TV show or something, but for the moment, he's not really part of the Star Wars.
Ted said that he was going to be in the episodes.
Pardon?
Ted said that he was going to be in the episodes.
Yeah, that's one of our friends' listeners. Next episode of The Mandalorian, we're getting Chewie. I wonder if Chewie and Sabine are... Chewie would love Sabine. I think Chewie and Sabine would be really good friends.
Yeah. He's just a illiterate Zeb.
Chewie is basically an illiterate Zeb covered with hair.
Exactly.
And a lot less grumpy. I want to see Ezra versus Chewie. Because Ezra and Zeb used to fight all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, Chewie's probably met Zeb. Because they were in the Rebel Alliance together, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
They probably encountered each other at some point, haven't they?
Mm.
So if we see Chewie in the Mandalorian, I'm going to lose my head.
Chewie's just with Ahsoka.
Chewie and Ahsoka have never met.
Oh, yeah!
What?
Ah.
My brain just exploded. As far as we know,
God.
Chewbacca and Ahsoka Tano have never met.
I mean, Seb's met Ahsoka, and they're basically the same person, so...
Wait, what? Hold the horses. Wait, no. I was going to say Ahsoka's never met 3PO, and then I just realised entirety of Clone Wars. Right. Now let's move on to the Empire Strikes Back analytical breakdown. That's a mouthful, isn't it? So, given that we're going into the Empire Strikes Back analytical breakdown, I should probably say straight off, and I'm going to offend a good 3/4 of the fandom here.
I know what you're going to say. Oh my God.
I don't like the Empire Strikes Back.
It should make it even, because I really do love the Empire Strikes Back.
I said it. It's out there. I don't like the Empire Strikes Back.
You're going to offend the absolute zero people that listen to us.
But yeah, I've just never got it. Really, I just find it's overrated. It's a bit boring. You know, there are some few important scenes, but just.
First off, I don't even know why, but I love the CGI in it. I think it just looks so cool with the stop motion. Oh, I love it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried to like it. I've tried so hard to like it. I just can't like it. But you know
what? If I
what?
were you right now.
Pardon?
If I were you right now, I'd be like, oh, but I think there's a tiny bit of you that actually likes it, but you're just saying you don't.
I know. So there was parts of me that like it, and there are certainly bits of it that I like. And I don't necessarily dislike it. I just don't find it as good as everyone says. It's one of my 3 least favourite Star Wars movies.
I think it's definitely overrated.
That's not to say that I think it's a bad movie. I love the movie because it's a Star Wars movie. I just don't, it's just a bit.
Well, I think it's
anonymous.
Definitely overrated. People think it's much better than what it actually is, but it's definitely. I love the movie. It's one of my favourite ones still.
I've just never got it. Call me an ignorant idiot, but I don't know. Which is odd though, because The Empire Strikes. There were a lot of similarities between The Empire Strikes Back and The Last Jedi, and I adore The Last Jedi. It's my second favourite Star Wars movie.
Well, The Last Jedi is just a big rip-off of it.
Whereas you love The Empire Strikes Back, but you hate The Last Jedi. I wouldn't say it's a rip-off, there are just a lot of parallels.
It was definitely just a rip-off of it. It's like asking for The Empire Strikes Back, and Mum says, we have The Empire Strikes Back at home, and it's just The Last Jedi.
Yeah. The Last Jedi, like, Empire Strikes Back 2.0. Empire Strikes Back new and improved. With cooler elements and bits changed.
Oh, new
and better.
New and yeah, definitely not improved, but new.
Definitely improved. But you know what? This is an analytical breakdown. This is not a review. This is an analytical breakdown. So I will set my personal feelings aside, as I will also do when it comes to the prequels, and you will also do when it comes to the sequels. Isn't that right, Joe?
I'll definitely try.
You will. If I can do it for Empire Strikes Back and Attack of the Clones, you can do it for The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker.
Wait, we are going 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, right?
Yeah. And
Okay,
then
good.
when do we add Solo and Rogue One? Should we do them? Should we
Release
go?
order.
Should we go
So,
Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Solo,
well,
TOS?
just do it in
That's
release
the release
order.
order.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I always find it so weird that you've got kind of those spin-offs in between. And meshes up the order. Because like if you were to watch it in release order, you don't watch the sequel trilogy as one trilogy. You watch it one spin-off, one spin-off, one.
Yeah.
Which is just messing with. It's like, in fact, now little kids watching the Star Wars trilogy in release order, will not get the sequels as well.
Actually, you know what we should do?
What?
We should do the Clone Wars movie.
That's a banging movie. Brilliant movie.
I don't know why people hate it so
Class.
much. Like, it's not a good movie. It's not that bad.
It's not brilliant. It's just not amazing. It's essentially just like a super long episode of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Back then we just didn't have the Clone Wars.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, we should really get started on this now. This podcast is going to be so long. We're going to have to cut this so much.
So long.
Right. Cinematography and visuals. What are we thinking?
I think I told you this earlier. I think I actually love the cinematography and visuals.
I think the visuals in this are very good. They're certainly better than A New Hope. Cinematography is still got that fairly basic element that A New Hope had.
No, I think it's a lot better than New Hope, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think it's still fairly kind of basic, bog standard slides, no sweeping shots, kind of singular motions. It's still, and that's a common theme throughout the original trilogy, simply because of its time.
One thing that's come into my head is when Han Solo is walking down those little tunnels in the base. That's not still. They're moving the camera.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I think cinematography's okay, but it's certainly not the best Star Wars cinematography we've seen. The visuals, I think, though, are a lot better in The Empire Strikes Back than in A New Hope. Or admittedly, it helps that they had an insane amount of money compared to A New Hope. A New Hope was done on like 60 million or something.
Only 60 million.
In fact, I don't know. Wait, let me look it up. Because A New Hope was like a budget movie, whereas
I don't think it cost 60 million to make it though.
No, I think it probably cost a lot less. Because A New Hope was 11 million. Star Wars: A New Hope was done on $11 million. Which is like, in the film industry, that's nothing. Whereas The Empire Strikes Back would have been done on like 10 times that.
I don't know how George Lucas got the money for that though.
For A New Hope?
Yeah. He made no movies before that.
He made
or at least successfully.
Yeah. But in the movie industry, 11 million is like nothing.
Well, now it isn't.
Back then it wasn't either.
But it would have been still more.
It was worth more, but it wasn't worth lots. It was like...
And also less money was actually put into movies back then because less popular, I guess.
Yeah, it was... But, it was... But then it still wasn't a lot at all. And the fact that he managed to make it... So 1977... So in 1977, 11 million was worth was only worth 47 million, which again isn't that much for movies nowadays.
Yeah, but for movies back then.
Yeah, but my point is he had a lot more money for The Empire Strikes Back than he did for hence why the visuals so much better. So what should we give the visuals? A 3? Given that we gave...
But we
for New Hope,
trouble with it is it for the time or is it for?
Well, we did compared to now. For New Hope, so I think we stick with that.
But I kind of changed my mind. I think we should do.
No, we have to be consistent because we need to compare them.
We could go back and change it though.
No, it's done now. I think. Well, we gave A New Hope 2 I think.
Now the sequels are gonna be like 5 for cinematography and visuals.
So
They're gonna be rated more than the original ones.
yes, because they've got better cinematography and visuals, but they'll also be lower in other categories. It's checks and balances. So let's give a 3 for cinematography and visuals for Empire Strikes. But no, let's give it 2.5 because we don't want to peak early. Because otherwise we're going to be on like 10 for the sequels. This one, got to not let my personal feelings get in the way. Well, I will let them get in the way a bit because you've kind of got to. But plot.
The plot.
Plot.
The plot is actually. I'm going to disagree with you. It is. I actually love the plot. It is a good plot. I don't
The
care what you
baseline
say.
plot
The
baseline plot is good. Yes,
The
I
build
won't
up
deny that.
for Darth Vader is amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
Taking away that he is his father.
Yes.
Like
And
when
you do get the introduction of Yoda. There are a lot of, I think, in terms of plot, there are a lot of bits that are quite boring and just like fill a bit. But they're also, some of the biggest moments in movie history are in The Empire Strikes Back.
Exactly.
Yoda, the introduction of Yoda, Luke being trained for Jedi, Han being frozen in carbonite, and of course, I'm your father.
No.
Spoiler alert if you haven't watched the movie yet. So,
and also getting back to the build up when Luke goes into that dark side tunnel on.
that was cool, Dagobah.
Yeah, and then he's
Yeah.
I can't believe I've just forgotten the planet Dagobah.
I'll tell you what I meant to do for this episode. I meant to do some clever scientific calculations to see if I can work out how long the movie, what time period the movie takes place in. Like, over how long. Because we had an argument about this ages ago. I thought it took like a week. You thought it was like 6 months.
There's just no way to figure it out, though.
There is.
There isn't.
Well, Star Wars fandom has gone into such depth about the planets. It's got the gravity, the relative gravity of each planet. So, for example, like the relative gravity on Dagobah is 9.5 newtons per meter squared.
Oh,
or
that's
whatever
literally the same as Earth.
Earth is 9.8.
Wait, did you not say Dagobah was 9.8?
Dagobah's 9.4.
No, you said 9.8 though.
Oh, I meant 9.4.
Yeah.
That's the kind of detail Star Wars fandom's gone into. So if you can work out, if you can work out the distance between Hoth and Dagobah, then to calculate the Millennium Falcon's to know the Millennium Falcon's top sublight speed, then we can roughly calculate how long it would take them to get between the two.
I think you mean Hoth and Bespin.
Hoth and Bespin, sorry, that's the one.
And also, they go to the asteroid fields. They fight the Star Destroyers, and
yeah,
they
but
stay there for a while.
that's kind of on the way, isn't it?
Yeah, but they still stay there for quite a while.
They're only there for like 2 hours.
Are they actually?
Yeah.
I thought they stayed there for a lot longer, if I'm being honest.
No, they just Star Destroyer pass, and then go in, don't they? Okay, it's not that long. I meant to do that, but I forgot, which is annoying. So I don't really know why I'm talking about it now. What should we do for plot? 3.5?
5.
No.
At least 4. At least 4. The build-up was just great. 4.
If it was me, I'd be giving it a 3 maximum.
Yeah, but that's just getting your personal feelings in the way, isn't it?
Yes.
You can't deny that the plot is good.
Okay, well, can we give it a 3.75?
3.756.
Fine. You had to have the last laugh, didn't you? 3.756 out of 5.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, technically with 3.75, it would still be rounded up to 4, so you'd win, but, Another interesting one, script.
Same problem with A New Hope, if I'm being honest.
Yes, it was better in Empire because George didn't have as much of a hand in directing. Sorry, crazy old Uncle George. That's what we call him now, by the way. From now on, we're calling George Lucas crazy old Uncle George. I don't care what you say.
Oh, and also it's better in the second half.
Yes. Overall, the script is certainly better for A New Hope, but that's not saying much given that we gave A New Hope 1.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Which is the lowest rating that we've given. Admittedly, we've only given 7 ratings, but Uh, the script was good, I think. Script wasn't good. Script was better.
Yeah,
think.
definitely.
2.25.
2.6.
No, I'm not going to get any higher than 2.45.
You just said 2.5.
No, I said 2.25.
Oh, I misheard you then.
I gathered.
Yeah, 2.26.
2.26.
Yes, 2.26.
Why 2.26? So random. I mean, I was offering you 2.45, but you know, offer's
Yeah,
gone
we'll go
now.
for 2.45 then.
Offer's gone now.
No.
Offer's gone now.
Let's go in between.
2.44.
Yeah, okay. I'm fine with that.
I get the last laugh.
I'll go lost in my
I
head.
don't know what that was.
That's worse than your impressions. That's worse than your impressions of Darth Maul, General Grievous.
That's like my Chewie impression.
That's like Zeb's impression of the Wookiees in like the first ever episode of Rebels.
That was my Chewie impression right there.
It's the goats.
Impressions with Patrick.
Let's create a new podcast for impressions.
Yes! Joe Patrick's impression of the week. I think we should make that a feature on our podcast. I'm writing that in.
Into the
in between the Mandalorian breakdown and the thing we're having impression of the week.
Next week, do Frog Lady.
I could do impression of the week. How do you spell impression?
Impression.
There we go. Do you want me to do Frog Lady now?
Yes.
Okay.
I forgot what Frog Lady sounds like.
I forgot what she sounds like.
Yeah.
What does she sound like?
A frog.
Oh.
Ribbit.
How helpful. You kind of sound like. Oh, I really have to.
Next week for Geonosians.
Geonosians isn't that difficult, actually. Okay, next category, characters and character development. As much as I don't like this movie, the characters and character development in it were very good. I will say that for it.
What really happened in it? With the character development?
Also, wait, you're not letting me say something good about Empire Strikes Back.
I just can't really remember what happened with the
Well,
character.
you have Yoda.
But that's okay. Okay, with Luke becoming less stubborn, I guess.
Yeah, you have Yoda, you have Luke, you have Han turning into like the caring boyfriend romantic. You have Leia becoming more kind of badass. You have Lando. I think the very fact that it has Lando in already puts it at a 3. Introduction of Boba Fett, who admittedly in the movies is the single most overrated character of all time, given that he has less than a minute of screen time.
Yeah.
Well,
he gets stuff in the Attack of the Clones. And Clone Wars.
Yeah. I think the characters and character development in Empire Strikes Back were really good, personally. So what should we give it?
Literally every character just
4.5. Pardon?
4.5.
4.
Okay, I'll go with that.
For the record, when we do Return of the Jedi, it's just gonna be 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Definitely.
And Return of the Jedi is my favourite Star Wars movie. You can't beat it.
No.
Like, I would choose Return of the Jedi over all the sequel movies. That's how much I love The Last Jedi. And the sequel movie is my favourite trilogy.
I would definitely choose The Last Jedi over all of the sequel trilogy.
Really?
not
Would
saying
you?
that
I'm so
much.
proud of you.
Yeah.
You like The Last Jedi more than the entire sequel trilogy. I never knew you liked the sequel.
I like
Last Jedi.
Attack of the Clones more than I do the sequel trilogy.
Jake, you do realize you just said you like The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi. More than the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I did mean the...
You remember, I misspoke and
Return
you
of
just
the
kind of
Jedi.
went from that.
Yeah.
Last Jedi, brilliant movie. As is Return of the Jedi, as is The Force Awakens, as is The Rise of Skywalker, as is A New Hope, as is The Empire Strikes Back, as is The Phantom Menace, as is Attack of the Clones, as is Revenge of the Sith, as is Solo, as is Rogue One. Because all Star Wars movies are brilliant. Isn't that right, Joe? I need to stop banging the desk. For God's sake.
I think you are incorrect.
I like all Star Wars, and I'm not ashamed of it. So, tough.
You don't like Attack of the Clones.
I don't like it, but I don't dislike it.
People hate the Phantom Menace so much. I don't
Phantom Menace
understand
isn't that
why.
bad.
I
It's-
like the Phantom Menace.
Compared to the other movies, it's not great. It's my second least favourite.
I'm like, compared to the
but
sequels, it's amazing.
But it's not second least favourite because I hate it. It's second least favourite because I prefer the others.
Mm.
You know, Phantom Menace has Qui-Gon Jinn in it. What more could you want in life?
Exactly, Liam Neeson.
I love Qui-Gon Jinn. He's the best. Well, not the best. Kylo Ren's the best, but you know. Best Star Wars character, Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren, Ben Solo.
I hate Kylo Ren.
Not
so
in The
much.
Force Awakens. I hated him in The Force Awakens.
He's terrible in all of those
In The Force Awakens, he
movies.
was a whiny idiot. In The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, he's so sick.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's exactly the same.
He's not.
Just
He's so
got
cool.
anger issues
Last-
just because.
Because
understand why.
Palpatine and Anakin don't.
Anakin is actually reasonable though.
Anakin has some pretty deep-seated issues.
Yeah, that's why he's the way he is and why he turned to the dark side though. That's just
Doesn't mean he hasn't got those issues.
okay.
Why do we keep running off topic today? we need to stop this. Okay, final category. We've got there eventually. Star Wars-ness. Where are we gone?
Wait, it just can't really compare to A New Hope, can it? But
I'd say 2.5 to 3.
I disagree with you. It has so many nostalgic moments.
But
Though.
it has nostalgic moments, but you go from A New Hope to Empire Strikes Back. In terms of
Okay,
Star Wars, it's just about like...
but
come on.
the lowest I'm gonna go is 3.5.
I mean, because I don't like The Empire Strikes Back that much, I think it doesn't feel very Star Warsy for me. You know? Like, for you, for me, like, the sequel trilogy feels very Star Warsy. I've watched it a lot of times. I interact with sequel stuff. Whereas for you, the sequel trilogy doesn't feel Star Warsy because you don't like it, you don't really interact with it. So I think it's very subjective. For every movie, apart from A New Hope, it is very subjective what Star Warsy is.
But the sequel
it's-
trilogy, oh my, I can't even speak. The sequel trilogy. The sequel trilogy. It just isn't really Star Wars for me.
Whereas, you know, for me, the sequel trilogy is like absolutely Star Warsy. Not Star Wars is A New Hope, because A New Hope's A New Hope. Whereas it's very Star Warsy simply because I like the sequel trilogy. I interact with the sequel trilogy. A lot of what I do within Star Wars stuff is related to the sequel trilogy, whereas you never do that because you don't like the sequel trilogy. So
Exactly.
I think Star Wars is very subjective, and I think that's in here. For you, Empire Strikes Back is super Star Warsy, whereas for me, it's just not because I don't particularly like it.
But my question is, prequels.
We're not continuing talking about the sequels.
Yeah, but there's one more question.
One question.
Sequels or prequels?
Sequels every time. Not sequels. My favorite Star Wars trilogy. Prequels, my least favorite Star Wars trilogy. You know that. But why would I?
Okay, moving on. Star Warsness. Okay. 3.5. That's the lowest I'm going.
3.5. Okay.
3.5.
Right, now I need to do some really quick calculations. And my calculator's in my bag on the other side of the room. So I'm going to have to type this out.
3.756.
Right. So we got
2.5.
So for what was it? God. So for what was the first category? Cinematography and visuals. We had 2.5. 2.5 out of 5 markings for cinematography and visuals. For
plot, we
plot,
had
3.756. That's
3.756.
going to be a pain to type out. Then for script, we had, what do we have for script?
2.44.
3.44.
2.44.
2.44. Then for characters and character development, we had
4.
4. And then for Star Wars, we had 3.5. So that is 2.5 times 3.756 times 2.44 times 4 times 3.5.
Patrick, it's not supposed to. It's add.
How do you do average again?
You add it,
Wait,
and then you divide it by the amount of numbers.
You add and divide for the yes, that's thank God. I was thinking, it's coming up with 320.7624, and I'm like, that can't be right.
No.
that could have gone very wrong. I mean, we could have had Empire Strikes Back with like a score of like 50 out of 5.
I mean, that's fine for me.
Right, 16.5 divided by 5 equals 3.2392.
Is that higher than A New Hope though?
Yes, by like 1.392.
Let's go.
Just higher. And out of
thank God.
Out of 25, we got 16.196. How is The Empire Strikes Back a better movie than A New Hope?
Well, it's better. In my opinion, it's just a lot better.
This isn't about opinion though. This is literally, we're doing our analytical breakdowns so we can forget about opinions and look at the movie itself, like cast out our opinions apart from the last category and look at the actual movie analytically. And The Empire Strikes Back better than A New Hope. I'm in actual shock here.
I'm not.
I don't. How is it beating it?
Oh,
what am I missing about this movie? Because according to critical analysis, this is a better movie than A New Hope.
And Patrick, take away all the opinion. For our opinion, we got 3.5. For the other one, we got 5 out of 5. So take away that, This is a lot better actually, according to our analytical breakdown.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of the actual movie itself, it is. Empire Strikes Back is a better movie.
But as I was about to say at the end, once we finish,
the last category, Star Wars' opinion does make a difference, and from our perspectives, A New Hope is a better movie than Empire
that's
Strikes
just
Back.
Star Wars,
But
you can't really give A New Hope less than 5 for that. But yeah, as I was going to say,
I'm super annoyed now.
Once we finish each trilogy, and once we finish episode 9, let's add up all the trilogies and see which one does the best. Yeah.
If the prequels wins, I'm quitting the podcast.
The sole reason that the sequels will win is because of the CGI.
Yeah, literally. So sequel cinematography and visuals is going to be 4, 5, 5.
Yeah.
Maybe Rise of Skywalker 4.5. Rise of Skywalker wasn't as good as Last Jedi for cinematography and visuals.
Mm-hmm.
Last Jedi cinematography and visuals. Hate the movie. I said at the start, hate the movie all you want. Cinematography and visuals were out of this world. They were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If either Attack of the Clones or Phantom Menace beats The Last Jedi, I'm quitting this podcast.
I just think the main reason that people like the sequels is just because they think the CGI looks cool.
Well,
that's the main reason that I think that they just like it.
What was I going to say? Oh, that's it. I don't know why I said A. No.
Yes.
That was. I know Definitely. That's not the main reason. I to be honest, when I watch a movie, like any movie, I don't look at the cinematography and visuals, to be honest. Like, I notice it. It goes into how what I like the movie, but I don't notice it. I only notice the cinematography and visuals in any of the Star Wars. There's not a single Star Wars movie where I watched it and was like, "Oh, cinematography and visuals of this are really good." I only started noticing it when I saw people talk about it online. I
Yeah,
literally
but
hadn't even occurred to me
yeah,
before.
I'm not saying you, but like in
No,
particular,
I don't.
I'm talking about like I just remember we
I
went.
think for people who don't like the sequels, that's a factor that redeems them somewhat in their mind. But I obviously interact with a lot of people who like the sequels because I like the sequels as kind of communities I'm in. And people talk about them, they praise them, but those aren't the main reasons that people like it.
But I'm
But from
talking about
my
younger
personal
people.
experience. You mean like kids?
Yeah, like
I think for kids, I think that would be the last reason they like it.
no,
Joe,
definitely because
when
kids
you were
they
six,
like
when
stuff because it looks good. That's it.
yes, but cinematography I think will play no part in it.
Okay,
When
cinematography,
I
but
watched
I'm
the Star
talking
Wars
about
movie when I
CGI
was
though.
younger, Joe, when I watched the prequels at the age of 8, I thought the CGI was amazing. The CGI in the prequels is terrible. It's totally overused. Also, there's some bits of it that are good,
No,
but like,
no, but it was really cool. Okay, it was cool
yeah, but I don't.
with in that lava. I get
I think
it is good.
cinematography and visuals play a factor, but I don't think it's the main reason.
Okay.
But we keep getting ahead of ourselves. We're awful at this. We have to stop. Joe, it's all your fault, Joe. I blame you.
Wait, did you press the record button this time though?
Yes, I did. Right. We should probably start to wrap up there then.
Mhm.
Um, any last words? Oh, subscribe if you haven't. Check out our Instagram at ITRHQ. Yeah. Any last words from you, Joe?
I'm glad you pressed the record button.
So am I. Any words for the people? No.
No, not really.
Okay. Stay positive, guys. Don't be mean out there in the fandom.
There's zero
Oh,
people who are watching this.
hashtag never trust a Quan.
Of course.
It's a hashtag. That's like a personal hashtag. Hashtag never trust a Quan. I'm so proud of that. So proud of that. Hashtag never trust a Quan. I'm not going to stop saying it. Hashtag never trust a Quan. It's going to get really annoying now, isn't it? Hashtag never trust a Quan. Hashtag never trust a Quan. Last time, I promise. So, hope to see you again next week. May the force be with you.
Yes. I'm joking, and also with you.
Bye, guys.